Grand Rising YouTube, Grand Rising. Good evening, good day, depending on where you are. I'm back in again to channel the messages that sent to me, through me, and for me to share. Not every message that comes through is a message for everyone, but there's definitely a message here for someone. This message is very specific, and I'm guided to say, as I did in the message that was, it was just white. When watching tarot, there's a need to use your gift of discernment. Watching tarot responsibly, because sometimes it can go away with you. Too much information overload. The message which I recorded after the message I recorded that got wiped is not uploaded right now. Well, it's uploaded, it's just not public. So this message is going to come out first, because I feel like whosoever may click on to that message, it could be a kind of an overload. You could be the energy of the high priestess which came through. I'm just going to kind of move this up a bit. Who's gaining some form of clarity about a group of people who you just had no clue about, is the energy I'm picking up on here. And a group that tried to cause you confusion, but you're gaining clarity. Someone who tried to change the paradigm shift around you through some way or the other, through trickery and deception, with the Puss in Boots card that's here within the Scorpio energy. But you've got an Aries energy that's got wounded along the way. They got caught within the crossfire and is feeling or is being found guilty. I'm going to pull this card first, and then I'm going to read what I wrote, and I'm going to go back to what I wrote before the message got deleted off of my phone. And then I'm going to come back into what I picked up on since that message. So nature's healing power. It says nature is not only something we see with our eyes, but also something we feel and experience in our body, mind and spirit. It can be wonderful, restorative to our overall well-being. Now is the time to get your body absorbed and healing power that nature has to offer. When doing any mediumistic work, you have to remember that you're the vessel or conduit through which non-physical information flows. Every cell, every organ, every fiber of your being is used when you work at a higher vibrational level. There will be times when your chi, your vital life force energy, could be running low, like what happened to my phone when I left it on pause for like 4 hours. I'm challenging right now. Spending too much time indoors will also disconnect you from your natural state, which can leave you feeling drained or lethargic. Nature welcomes you by offering the warmth of the sun and the healing, grounding properties of the earth. Breathe deeply as you take in the wonder of nature's colors that can be found in the forest, the meadows, the flowers, and the mountains, as well as the sky. Let them charge your spirit as they infuse and energize your aura. If you can spend a quiet time in the solace of your own company by the ocean, river, or stream, listen to the natural rhythm, music of the water as it soothes your soul. By doing all of this, you're not only feeling stronger and healthier, but you'll become a more grounded medium. Partnership cards nurturing themselves, the wonder of colors. And again, it's because not every energy, and I just feel like not every energy that you feel is an energy of yours. It's that energy of waking up on the wrong side of the bed and you unexplainable. It's maybe that you've seen something within your sleep state, within within the fifth dimension, which is the card that came through in the message. I've titled it Part 1, so this one's gonna come in. I'm gonna have to edit that and put it in as 1.1. I'm just channeling right now. This is gonna be message 1. Someone may receive some kind of news. It's giving me the energy of family liaison officer. Bringing in the information of the middleman grey area, the information that's unknown to you, the unsolved mystery. Be of service is at the bottom of the deck. I was just guided to look. It says, when we are calling to awaken the medium within, it's also a calling to devote your life to a work of service. It's truly an honor and a blessing to serve spirit. If you hold an open and pure heart, the blessing from spirit in return will be bountiful and endless. The path of medium should only be seen as a blessing and never a burden. The journey of the development is not always easy or rewarding. I'm going to pause for a minute. And this is a kind of a energy I picked up on yesterday. When I realized that I was actually in the energy of medium, the first half of the message, it was explaining what the energy I was connecting with had been a part of and what they wanted out of and what had happened as a repercussion of. Middleman grey area. And I realized that within the pause, because sometimes you have to take a step back for yourself. Because again, like the card reads, sometimes it can become overloaded, information overload. So you need that time in nature to ground yourself, which I did prior to coming back into doing the recording, which is up now, but just not public yet until this one comes out first. There's something about that. There's something about needing to see something first. Within that pause that I had yesterday, within that 4-hour pause, before realizing that all of the information that came through had been deleted, what made me pick up on the energy that I was now actually in mediumship? I kind of figured it out anyway, because the energy I was picking up on, it didn't feel familiar to me. I knew I was within somebody else's ancestral, if that makes sense. So anyway, I was reading the cards on the table within the pause, and within the pause, a couple things came through. First of all, there's the energy of a juniper tree, however that may be relevant to the situation. There's also relevance to somebody may have a bee sting, possibly on the hand, or bees could be relevant to the situation. But there's a strong energy of what happens in darkness is surely going to come to the light. I'm also picking up on the energy of going back to Shankrella, Capricorn energy. I feel like the energy I'm in mediumship with currently is Aquarius energy. But it's just energy. I'm just reading the cards that's down right now. For some reason, I'm giving extra clarity to somebody in high places. I'm hearing something is aligning. Where somebody was once confused with the confusion card here, something is now aligning. Something is now making sense to somebody. I'm hearing be careful. Be careful of who you co-create with. This is the Libra card that's underneath. This is the energy of Libra. It's the energy of Your friends will bring you go, but they won't bring you come. Something is being mixed up. I'm hearing premeditated. Something is being planned. Something is being co-created. In the energy of Libra and Aquarius, this is the air energy. Whatever this is, regardless of the zodiac, gender, however, there's something that's being planned. There's something that's being alchemist. This is the alchemist card that's come through, and it's in going back to this energy of the floating island. There's some kind of ether messages that you're receiving from the islands. Confirmation with the bird I just heard in my background. I don't know if you picked that up. But center of this message behind here is Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. It's like now is the time for you to bring forward the information that you may have been playing it safe, like you was holding back your gifts. Going back to my messages 1313, holding back your gifts. But now you've received some information that's going to bring clarity. Your ancestors and your Most High saying you're needing to bring forward this message. Card number 31 came through yesterday. Yesterday was the 31st. There was a definite interference and an interruption. Going back to my channeled messages that I wrote that I would read. I'm just still channeling right now. There's a source and energy that did not want that message to go out. And on the other hand, it could have just been because too much came through in that message. Too much came through. I'm hearing the aftermath. Feelings, you know, the synchronicities, the signs and the synchronicities that was just aligning. It was beyond me. I had to step back for a moment. Even the message that is unpublic right now, it cut at the end at 59 minutes. I should have had more storage space on the device that I was recording on. It didn't make sense that I haven't, but nevertheless it cut off. But I feel like that was for my benefit. It cut off around the energy. I believe it was telepathy, close soul connections, harmonizing synchronicities, reattachment of telepathic moments. The intensity of a true soul connection includes highs and lows. With great power comes great responsibility. And I feel like what the ancestors are saying, you've been in a hermit mode for too long now. You've been within your heart space for too long now. You've dealt with the energy of being casted in a bottle of your emotions, bottled up emotions, kind of an energy. You dealt with that. You spent time in the nature. You yourself has come from this energy of the lost and found, and now somebody within your cluster is reaching out to you in regards to a bad decision, a bad choice that they may have made, and has ended them up where they are now. They're trying to bring a message of either a confession, I'm hearing, or a warning. And I've been hearing this since yesterday, a confession or a warning. I've literally got the cards beside me ready to use, but the energy is so powerful. I didn't realize it was going to be as powerful as it was, as it is. It's quite intense. I'm going to press pause for a minute, and it's 13 on the clock. 13:35, 55, sorry. So going back to what I wrote yesterday, like I said, I was brought back to three messages I did 2 years ago, which I will share. So what I wrote here was repeat stalemate. Live with what you create. Love the life you live and love the life you create. Don't undermine, don't underestimate what another is reflecting. It's something you need to feel, see and hear. And in that order, hear, see and feel. See with your heart, not just with your natural eyes. And then yesterday I was trying to figure out what I can title it. So I had all of these bullet points. Please only watch if you know you're 10 toes down and over the past. But still that didn't feel right. So then I titled, I said strong karmic message. I can feel you. because I felt like this is definitely a cross-watching energy. Like those whose hair under this black moon, dripping moon, and black sun energy is definitely tapped in to this message. Also, please only watch if you are in true balance and harmony with self, mind, body, and soul. And then I was also picking up on some dates, past life energy. A song was coming to my mind also at the time, and I was very much tuned in. This is why I've left this ancestor card here. It was this ancestor that couldn't allow me to put back the cards in the message that got deleted. As I was clearing message 1313, I heard grandmother energy. So I said, show me what it is I need to see, because I'm new to this also when it comes on to mediumship. Although this has been in it all my life, but I never had inner standing of it, I would say, until since my journey of tarot, and hearing other people's journeys and seeing how we also align, seeing what's for me and what's not for me, you know, kind of an energy I've learned along the way over the 4 years is the reason why I felt the need to come in with this message first, because I'm connecting to an upcoming high priestess, going back to the song that I'm channeling. And it's my intro song that I made when I first came out. And it's what them call me, Reefy. But that for the friends and that for the family. One thing about me, would I read for your energy? The number there, with the lonology, numerology, astrology. May pay attention to all the synchronicity. Anything that I me. Anything and anything that I me. Loody, blackjack, that's a roominess. Me live me life like oh me play chess. But I am who I am, nothing more, nothing less. Empress, upcoming high priestess, alchemist. Me not gonna say me are the best, me look different to the rest. YouTube, Insta, me not come fi impress. And the truth me I ga bring, and me not ga bring nothing less. Empress, upcoming high priestess, alchemist. Me not gonna say me are the best, me look different to the rest. So, for me daughter, me no want you fi keeta. Remember say you have your angels and ancestor. I watch over you like a movie, blockbuster. Nuff never know them is a samurai fighter. Nuff never know say them a carry fi them sniper. So, for me daughter, me no want you fi keeta. Remember say you have them pitney there, you are them keeper. Remember say you have them pitney there, you are them keeper. So what them call me, Reefy, but that I feel the friends and that I feel the family. Be mindful of who you have around you, who you call your friends and who you call your family. Children of low energy. False high priestess energy. I'm hearing who target and capture the energies of the children of Lur for their own benefits and rewards. Off of the backs, I'm hearing, of the upcoming high priestess who's bringing clarity to them. I'm hearing in their face. I'm going to carry on. So the dates I got was 1907 to 1955, 1955 to 1962, 1962 to 1979, 1979 to 1982, 1982 to 1985, give or take 3 years either side. Generational X, bringing it back to giving it the age 35 to 55 years old timeline. Then I've got here 1935 to 1955. What was sent in to disturb and interrupt your peace only lifted you up, enhanced your high priestess energy, as I said in the message which I will upload. How are you gonna lie, hide, steal from a high priestess? I already know what you done last summer. Pride and ego went against the grain, left you to break the chain and gambled. Those are two messages that I did possibly around 3 years ago. I was brought back to go to those messages. When they sold their own destiny, they was warned that you would be faced and get backlash, as you was part of their destiny. So tight. Don't play. Going back to another message, a spiritual attack within the fifth dimension. But what you have to understand is this works both ways. So you may be feeling this, but it's like a mirroring energy. It's a mirroring energy. And now there's a lot of people in this emotional situation that they created for themselves. This shift that they created is now feeling guilty for their hands that they played within a situation. This Aries card was in the reverse in the previous message, along with a Sagittarius card that was in the upright. Somebody wanted out of this situation. They no longer wanted to go ahead with this gruesome, I'm hearing, what was going on, because the card that came through is wounded. We've got the wounded card here. And now someone's feeling guilty for the wounds that was caused. And then we've got another energy here within the Scorpio energy. They don't care for the spark that they created and the confusion within the co-creation and the shift that's now being created. I'm picking up, there's no care in the world with this Scorpio and Libra energy. It's more so giving me that the one who was more dominant within this plan between the Scorpio and the Libra was the Libra's energy. The Scorpio was just the spark, the emotion to create and cause the wound. There could possibly be an Aries here that really wanted you to feel pain, feel emotional wounded, feel confused, manipulated, shift your paradigm, shift, with deception, Puss in Boots energy. But they needed the High Priestess's energy to do that. One that was able to see, But with the black sun here and the dripping moon, what are they seeing? I'm seeing this eye here in the energy of the children of Lur. It's just staring at me. But I feel like you, High Priestess, is receiving clarity on that. They're watching you and you're watching them. I heard first thing this rising, forgot to say. In regards to the watchers, I was hearing you will see me, or I will see you before you see me. I will see you before you see me. That's a serious quote. That's someone who means business, That's someone who somebody may have deemed to be timid and introverted, But you crossed the line with somebody. Somebody may have crossed your boundaries, crossed your line, and now they don't have to come looking for you. You're going towards them with some form of clarity and truth. So there's some kind of repercussions here. Something major is taking place. I heard anyone within reach will get wet. That's bullish. This is whilst I took a break, because I never came straight back into the message. When I finished the message 1313, I felt the energy, saw the energy, and I moved away from the energy and I cleansed my energy from message 1313. And I got ready and carried on for my day. And I went about my business. Hours went on, I was outside. This energy. As I lift up this card, that's where the black moon is. I mean the black sun. I keep saying the black moon. It's the dripping moon and the black sun. I got information on that. I had to get the PDF on this deck because I haven't got the book to this deck. So I looked through the PDF after it got cut yesterday. So anyway, it's deep. This could be some kind of brothering groups. I'm gonna say the hoods may be relevant. Previous messages, 1900s may be relevant. Age 62, and then I was doing numerology 62, break it down to the to 8. Then I was doing some numerology was coming through 1914 to 1964. But I feel like if you're resonating with the ages of 55 to 62, there's something relevant about the age of 7. But we're talking about the generation before generational X, because generational X is the curse breaker, the chain breaker. Generational X, that then call me curse breaker, land maker. Teach my picnic them for have a skill of a trader. Anger, watch for your temper. Do not make no fool put you in no cage. Anger, watch for your temper. Today are for them, tomorrow are for you. Show the world you is one of the few. Anger, watch for your temper. Channeling. Since then, when you delve deeper, your alliance becomes stronger. You've grown since the days of Moses. It's a song. You've intrigued and triggered many that may have opposed you. And then this is where I got triggered, and I kind of forgot I'd done this drawing until I just turned the page. This was of a dream I had, and I explained this dream in the first message that I did, which got disconnected. Now this is kind of the ending of my book, of this one here. I've done so much illustrations and all sorts, but this was just a scribble. So anyway, when I wrote this, I had to kind of write around it. So this is what I wrote as it went around it. Nothing is a coincidence, synchronicity, and the energy I picked up on it was intense. You understand? Like, this is deep. It's all aligning. So I said, let me go back to the previous page. Opposed from those who opposed you, who jumped on the bandwagon. Signs like Aquarius, Cancer, Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini are part of a plan that are possibly created by a Pisces, a Libra, Scorpio, a Virgo. They're finally admitting what you suspected may have spoke, that you may have spoke out about, some kind of doom, gloom, room, or groom. Yeah, this is what I wrote. So then I was brought back to explain my dream. So that's the end of that book. Then I pulled cards. Then I was guided to explain my dream at that part of the message. And the dream I had, it was in regards to an ancestor coming to me in dream, explaining to me what a masculine energy couldn't explain to me. They was too in their feelings and couldn't get the words out. So behind them was an ancestor, not of my lineage but of theirs. And they explained to me behind this masculine's back, the masculine couldn't see what I could see, couldn't hear what I could hear. They said, "Don't worry, yeah, mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yeah. I them free woman, yeah. I them free woman, yeah." That's one dream. So now when I saw this dream in regards to this message here, we was in this, the drawing I just, let me get the book. We was in this home. Now I know this home from childhood. It would be a home I would go to quite regular. So I recognized where I was in the dream, but something about it looked a bit strange. It looked smaller than what it was in real life. So I was a bit I wouldn't say I was confused in the dream, but it alerted me to something, confirmation. So anyway, within the dream, this masculine who couldn't get their words out had walked past me. This is another dream I'm explaining to you now. Had walked past me. Now, when they walked past me, they walked into a room with a closed door. The door when I was standing there was closed, but when they walked in very familiar to everything, the surroundings, what was going on in there, what was in there, because they walked in saying, "Give me my money." Yeah, just like that. Yeah, so one of the women, there was 3 women sitting in that room. with a bed. It looked like some kind of hospital bed. Yeah, it was a big bed, but you couldn't see who was in the bed, but you knew somebody was in the bed, but they were covered from head to toe. The room was gloomy looking. So anyway, one of the women stood up and they gave the masculine a bag. I just presumed it was a bag of the money that they demanded. They walked past me and they said, "Hey, you gotta give me what me want." Basically, it was something that was meaningful to me and them, sentimental to me and them. I said, "Nah, not and the dream ended. They walked out. The very next day, I had the very same dream, no difference. The only difference being is when the masculine walked out, I walked out also of the front door. When they walked out, I recognized instantly where I was because of how the road and it was all set up. I recognized the billards that was in the road in front of the door, and I recognized the alleys where this group of people ran out. It's all making sense to me now. Ran out of the alley and attacked the masculine. But I woke up. But when I woke up, I had even more clarity. Even more clarity. Because now I realized where I was. Hashtag Trinity. I knew where I was. So later on that day, when I explained this message yesterday, a notification came on my phone. And the notification was in regards to the information that came to me later on that day in real life now, you know. I heard that somebody got attacked. I was in my feelings. The synchronicity was unreal. That was no hallucination. You understand? It comes under the energy of confession or warning. You have to take these messages as they resonate. Because I'm picking up on so many energies right now. It's unbelievable. I'm hearing, remember that room. So going back to now, I'm guided to read what I wrote this morning before I read what I wrote yesterday coming out of that message. So I wrote this today, 1st of the 8th, 24 at 6:37. I had to screenshot it because this number 37, this is angel. I say angel for me, ancestor 37. How you gonna lie to a high priestess? How you gonna fool an old fool is what I get from this energy. Card number 37 is seeing you through this transition that you're going through right now. There's some form of harsh clarity that's coming towards you, or it's just the fact that your level of mediumship is being heightened. So it could be that whilst I'm hearing on the waves, I'm seeing illustration of the sea. They're here with you through that transitioning until you get comfortable within your gift. I'm hearing, but is it ever going to be comfortable? Because they're always going to be with you, is what I'm feeling. So something here created a spark and caught your eye and got caught within the crossfire, in between the last and the now, the first. It's that whole expression: the first should be last and the last should be first. Middleman grey area coming through. Initials J and B may be relevant, which is on the High Priestess's card. Mediumship energy, 6:37 a.m. The name cat or cat may be significant. So the name cat or the animal cat may be significant. Also came through in my previous messages. I can't remember of which one. I think it was the leading up to the messages of 1313. But the reason why I said these names or that animal may be significant is because a song came up on my phone at that time at 6:37 by Cat Deely. There may be photo evidence that somebody may be trying to wipe clean, or some kind of phone evidence Somebody may also be taking some kind of plea. I'm hearing if somebody speaks, they get less time. That's also an energy I was picking up on. The energy is also going back to the song of Cat Deely, I believe her name is Friday, or a Friday may be relevant. The matchstick girl was another energy that came through in the previous message. Be mindful of fire. Her titled song had 2 fire emojis next to it. Brought me back to the message that didn't get uploaded yesterday. It got wiped. Somebody may be taking a deal. Somebody may now be replacing. I'm hearing the lost boy. So now they're having to go through the training, the initiation of becoming that monitoring. This is getting deep. I'm hearing G.I. Joe. My phone just went off then. I'm hearing G.I. Joe. And then being brought back to the scripture. I believe it's in Matthew somewhere, where they speak of the fruits that you bear. You can tell the person by what they produce, what they bear. Kind of actions speak louder than words, you know, breaking it down. It came through within the Virgo energy also. They're now in their feelings. Now, in this energy, they're within their feelings because of the intensity of the synchronicity that you're connecting to and with. Or this could be you. There was a... Okay, so the card that came through with my how you gonna lie to a high priestess? The card that came through was this is, you're in the room, you're in the courtroom of the Most High, and the jury's out. In-house justice. The person who's guilty, that's what I'm hearing. The person who's guilty is not being judged within the courts. They're being judged within their organization that they're attached to. You not frightened of the Almighty, not of the one of the land, but the one of the moon and the stars and the sea. And you not frightened, say, hell place could have freeze. Jeez, you have to make a order in order to stop me. Me said, to go back in the history, for go back in a time and for go back in a history. Me said that could have risky. Jeez, I'm lost for words, so I'm gonna stop here. I was channeling, that's the energy. Somebody doesn't understand the repercussions of what they put themselves into. They don't understand that they were dabbling into a spiritual realms. They were changing the paradigm shifts of destiny. They were messing with things that they had no business messing with. They were trying to mess with the alignment of your destiny. And when they think that they're fighting against you, they're not. And this is why I feel like somebody is in a kind of an energy of, you know, you walk by faith and not by sight. You feel the energies, you're human, you know, but you don't have no worry. You don't have no worry because this is the battle of the Most High. We're just his servants, and no weapon formed against us shall ever prosper, you know. The card also, the Rose Elf, came through. That gave me the energy of something may have been recorded. There's some kind of picture, some kind of receipt, some kind of evidence. And in order for someone to save someone who they love dearly, they're having to take a plea. They're having to put themselves in a captivity. And it's that energy of getting caught within the crossfire. Be careful what you sign yourself up for. You need to read the small print. And even so, I feel like the small print in this situation for this organization was the big print. They fully knew what they were putting themselves into. A little bit about the story of the Rose picture. It says basically there was a brother, they call him the evil brother, who wasn't happy with who the sister was involved with romantically. He ordered her to stop seeing him. She couldn't, so therefore he took him away and he unalived him, let's say. So the Rose Elf went into the pocket of the lover and later on went back and told the sister all of the information of what happened and where to find the lover. The sister then went back, brought back, all she found was the skull. She brought it back home. She buried it in fresh soil with a jasmine seed. I got goosebumps down my left leg. Buried it in a jasmine seed, and she used to water it with her tears and would talk to it until she was kind of deemed as if she was losing it. You know, people saw her as if she was losing it. Until later on, when the soil started to bloom with she passed away through grief. Her brother then was clearing up where she was, and the bee stung him on his hand, and he dropped the vase that he was moving with the skull in it, the jasmine plant. So I can't remember the swamp of insects that was behind, whether it was bees or fairies or butterflies, but nevertheless, they caused such a destruction, ended up unaliving the evil brother. So now the evil brother's on the floor with the broken vase and the skull. So when he's found by the authorities, justice is what they're saying. So that's how justice happens. You know, that's the wheel of karma. So that's what I wrote this morning. Going back to what I wrote yesterday, I had to pause at 1 hour and 7 minutes. I needed to pause to take more direction. I needed to ground myself. I was then brought back to the domination season that I did, which I would attach. I was then also talking to one of my sons during the pause, and even more information was coming. At this point, I knew that I was in a mediumship energy, and I was receiving some real dark information in regards to certain energies that was taking place under a dripping moon. It was intense. I spoke about the juniper tree. I didn't tell you the story of the juniper tree. It's a disgusting story, you know. It speaks of a father who has a child, and the mother passes away during birth. Not during birth, 3 days after birth. The father, I believe, then meets somebody else, and that somebody else, that step parent, then takes on that child as their own. They then later on have a child of their own. The stepmother becomes jealous of the first child, treats the child away, you know, and then she basically ended up unaliving the child. I can't remember the story fully. Unaliving the child, and then picking up the head. There's something about the head. A head is being found, a hand is being seen. But anyway, she picks up the head of this child and bandages it back together. And then she says to her own child, now, the wickedness of this. She then says to her own child, go and ask your sibling, your brother, for an apple nicely. She didn't say nicely. She just said, ask your sibling for the apple. And if he doesn't respond, box him upside his head. Or she said, box him on his ears. It's just me. Yeah, she said, box him on his ears until he gives it to you. So anyway, the sister went in and she asked for the apple. He didn't respond. So she did as her mother told her to do, and she boxed him upside his ears, you know, and the head fell. This is true story that I read from the book. This is, you know, this is not a fabrication. So the child felt guilty because they thought that they caused their brother's murder, death, whatever, unalive. Anyway, when the father came back and asked for the child, he said that the child has gone away to stay with an uncle. But the child knew what had happened because they felt guilty for what they thought they had done, not realizing it was the mother. So they took on the burdens of a mother. You know when they say the sins of a mother or the sins of a father, it's that energy. So what the child did is took the bones of her sibling. Because, oh, that's what happened. Sorry. missing part, middleman, grey area. When she told her husband what had happened, well, that the child had gone to the uncle, what I failed to say is she also cooked the child and fed the child to the husband, sick as, anyway. Bear in mind, the child witnessed this. The child that was feeling guilty witnessed this. So what she did when everybody went to sleep was took the bones of her sibling and she buried them underneath the juniper tree. I feel guided to show what a juniper tree is, and I'm going to pause for a second. So this is what a juniper tree looks like. It looks like one of those trees you may see at the front of a home. As you get closer, it kind of looks like this, like almost looks like a cedar tree or Christmas tree, and it bears like this. Also, the black sun, which is the card that came through here. I took the information down yesterday when it came through in the previous message, and it says black sun is the dead twin of the sun. It is a hidden force in the shadow side, which represents a malevolent, I believe, a malevolent alliance that embodies malevolent forces. This card invites you to explore the darker aspects of power, control, and the consequences of the actions under these influences. When Black Sun card appears, it signifies a time of deception, manipulation, and is insidious influence of I can't say this word. I don't think I'm meant to. Energies, malevolent energies. It beckons you to be cautious of the hidden agendas and ulterior motives that may be at play in your relationships and interactions. It serves as a warning to be mindful of the choices you make and the potential consequences they carry. This card indicates that you may be tempted to compromise your integrity for personal gain. Be aware of the allure of power and seductive nature of dark forces seeking to manipulate and control. Black Sun serves as a cautionary tale, urging you to resist the temptation to engage in unethical practices or align yourself with individuals or forces that seek to exploit or harm others. Choose integrity and authenticity over short-term gains. This card suggests that you be vigilant and discerning in your interactions with others. Trust your instincts and intuition. When something feels off or manipulative, stay true to your values and resist the allure of easy solutions or quick fixes that come at some expense of your integrity or the well-being of others. Be aware of potential consequences of your actions and the most important impact they may have on your lifeline and the lives of those around you. So I've got like 10 minutes recording time, so I'm going to just read what I wrote yesterday. I may repeat myself because it's what I picked up on yesterday. So it says here, they co-created with a Leo in a deceptive way, unknown to possibly the Leo. Because of love or of labels, you may have been confused as to the energies you felt, but always aware of. They was carrying a deceptive energy, whoever they are, not the Leo. They're asking for time to put something right. This came up within the Sagittarius' energy. They wanted to put something right in the energy of dedication and deception came through in the previous message. They may have tried to try again recently to recruit others from near and far to jump on your cosmic wheel. Feel like history is repeating itself. You may be in an energy of feeling like this again, like this has happened before, like this reminds me of season 9 2021. Feels like his story is not your story, but history has a funny way of repeating itself. Karmic wheel turns. As I read the energy, of the Aries in the reverse. They've been underground. Hashtag Cancerian energy may be relevant. They're in the courtroom, or a courtroom situation, or a karmic justice situation, karmic judgment. When I read over the story of what the stepmother did is bad enough. She was envious over a child which was her husband's offspring. Due to the fact that the child would have gained his father's inheritance. She went as far as to unalive this child and set up her own child to feel the blame and the guilt with no conscience of the cover-up story of how she got rid of this child's remains. Then lied and said the child has gone to stay with relatives and uncle may be relevant. I actually highlighted that. Feels like a child. Again, this. The more I'm in this energy, it just kind of feels sick. It's this ringing ritual work. It's ringing spell work. It's ringing a love spell. It's ringing trying to conceive in a deceptive way. And even with the child burying the bones, it's like unknowingly that child is now entered into some bind in regards to the sins of a mother. Sick as let's see, let's get a few of these cards in regards to why does this Aries energy, why is there an energy of guilt over the sign of Aries? I will come in again with the next message, pulling cards. It's going back to the song I wrote. This me and I shall. I put you in a box, myself, I put you in a cubicle. This me and I shall. And the thing is, I haven't ended it there. Oh no, I said music. Hypothetical music. Hypothetical. I'm an empress. No time for brawl. Someone thought they were slick. It just rings. It just rings revenge, spite, envy, bad mind, jealousy, wanty, can't get it. You understand? Envying of somebody. This is stemming from also a song. Oh, I am who I am. Who am I to judge? Reflection. They're starting to see themselves now within this alignment. For the sign of Scorpio, what's the message for the sign of Scorpio? I'm hearing 5 years. Stunting. They're a trickster. For you, me say that coulda risky for go back in a time for go back in a history for soul for the mystery. You need the order in order for stop me. For go back in a time, me say for go back in a history. Someone tried to cause confusion around your destiny. They tried to play with your timeline. I wasn't even calling for a sign, but the next sign there is Libra. Time apart. Use this time wisely. Build, heal, and grow. Who feels it knows, you know. Let's see for the sign of Libra. I'm kind of rushing now because the time is against you. STE for the sign of Libra. It's shifted your paradigm. It's made you see something differently now because you realize what you may have attached yourself to within this Puss and Boots energy. Sexually transmitted energies or worse. Tell me more about this energy. For the sign of Aquarius. It says, all is already provided for you by the natural earth, Ashe. You reap what you sow. For the sign of Aquarius, let's get one more shuffle, one more card. Something, whatever was alchemized, or somebody's trying to find, I'm hearing a cure. Because while somebody may have been set up, watch your drinks, watch your surroundings, watch your company. It's falling in the energy of intense, in the energy of Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. But something never touched the Taurus, going back to the message. So, did I get Aquarius? For the sign of Virgo. Someone's going to receive some clarity. Me tell him say him have to put down the gun thing, otherwise else everything has been. You may be getting clarity on the actions of what somebody may have done in the recent past, or in just the past, let's say. Second card for Virgo. Up your security, CCTV, get a dog, or anything within means for your own protection. I'm an empress, no time for brawl. Go on my knees, all I meds make a call. A granny 1, granny 2, granny 3. That's where me say me draw my energy. From me young, them they make me fall. History, make me know me is a real Israelite. Me say history, make me know me is a real Israelite. For the sign of Capricorn. Catch me if you can. For the sign of Taurus. I'm putting quickly now, time's running. So it says Matthew 7, verse 17. That's the scripture I couldn't remember. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. A liar don't have no memory. You're seeing clarity now on a G.I. Joe. For the sign of Taurus, one more card. Nature versus nurture. Blueprint. Birth chart. You're figuring out some things within this message. Who is who? For the sign of Capricorn, let's get one more card. I'm going to end this message here. I'm going to put this message out first. So this is going to be message 1. And then message 1.1 is the message that I did last night prior to this message. Fortune. Oh, it says forgive. But I can't forget. And this, what's this card? I didn't see. So it says big man, little you. Be mindful of friends and family also. That's in their ego. What I will do, I'm going to pull an animal deck over a message in regards to this clarity. I'm just going to keep pulling and then I will read them if I get the extra time. Let's get some numerology in regards to this energy. Overall message in regards to this clarity with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. See if we can get any more. Card 2121, 0707 and 1551. I've been seeing a lot of those doubling numbers. And we've got the Black Jaguar, Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. I don't think, oh yeah, one more card came through. Horse, freedom. It says your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And I'm going to end this message here. I will come in with the next one, but I'm going to end this here. If these messages have resonated with you, like, share and subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you and appreciation to my new subscribers. interactions. I appreciate your comments. Love and light to you.